This is a video essay about shiny Pokémon and why they are so important to the series. If you enjoy, please remember to like and subscribe. Thanks! There are over 1,000 Pokémon. Some are powerful, some are legendary, and some are almost impossible to find. A Pokémon with the exact same moves, the exact same stats, and usually the exact same purpose as every other Pokémon around it. So why have players spent hundreds or sometimes even thousands of hours looking for one? Well, because sometimes a different color can change everything. This is how shiny Pokémon changed Pokémon forever. Shiny Pokémon first appeared in Pokémon Gold and Silver, and for most players, their first introduction wasn't some complicated explanation about hidden odds or special mechanics. No, it was this. The red Gyarados. For many players, it was the first time they realized that Pokémon could be different. But outside of that guaranteed encounter, finding a shiny Pokémon was almost impossible. You could walk through grass and encounter hundreds of Pokémon, thousands even, and still not find one. But if you were lucky, then maybe one day...
It's gotta happen now.
that random encounter becomes something you'll remember for years. At that time, shinies were basically just small hidden features. But eventually, players began asking a question. What if we actually tried to find them? For years, finding a shiny Pokémon was almost entirely based on luck. Players would reset their games over and over again, encounter the same Pokémon hundreds of times, and basically just hope that the shiny Pokémon would eventually show up. But slowly, Pokémon began giving players more ways to hunt. It all started with the Pokéradar, then the Masuda method, and even chain fishing. And eventually, entire games began making shiny hunting easier and more accessible. Suddenly, catching a shiny Pokémon wasn't just something that happened to you. It became something that you chose to do. And that changed the way people played Pokémon. Because after becoming champion, and after completing the Pokédex, there was always something else to do. And the strange thing about shiny Pokémon is that they aren't necessarily stronger, they don't unlock some secret ability, and most of the time they don't even play differently. But somehow, they can become the most valuable Pokémon you own. I experienced this myself while hunting for shiny Ho-Oh. I spent a multitude of hours and hundreds of encounters searching for a Pokémon that I could have caught almost immediately. And the only difference was its color. And yet, every single encounter mattered, because there was always the chance that the next one would be it. And when that moment finally arrives, it doesn't feel like you just found another Pokémon. It feels like you earned it. Over time, shiny hunting became something much bigger than a feature. Entire communities formed around it. People stream hunts for hours. YouTubers build entire channels around finding them, and players even race each other. Some hunt every Pokémon in a single game. Others spend months looking for just one. Shiny Pokémon started as a small, hidden mechanic. Something most players would probably never see. But over time, they changed Pokémon forever. They gave people a reason to return to the games they've already completed. They created entirely new ways to play, new communities, new challenges, and memories that can take hundreds of hours to create. And maybe that's why shinies became so important. Because their value was never about being stronger. It was never about what they could do. It was about the moment you found them. The fact that out of thousands of encounters, this was the one. And sometimes, that's enough to make a Pokémon unforgettable. Thank you so much for watching. Goodbye.